Welcome back to Tech Tuesday. I hope you're all having a great week so far. Today I wanted to talk to you about Padlet. This is a digital pinboard that you can use for collaboration with your students. You can use this with your class to make bulletin boards, blogs, portfolios. I'll show you an example of what Padlet looks like to your students, and then I'll show you how to actually create one. So this is what a blank Padlet looks like. As you can see, I've put a question at the top and then some instructions for what the students need to do. So to add content to a Padlet, all you need to do is either double click anywhere on the screen or click on the pink plus sign in the bottom right corner. Once you do either of those, a box will appear, and there you can put in your text, add a video, voice recording, file upload, hyperlink, really anything you can think of. So I will just go ahead and answer the question. So they can type in their text, and then they can also add elements. And I can upload the picture. And then you can click OK, and it will insert the picture for you. Depending on the way you format your Padlet, the boxes can either sort themselves from oldest to newest as your students post, or they can stay wherever the students put them, like it does in this one. So whenever I click off, that's just going to stay wherever I put it. You can have students sign in with their Google account, or they can post anonymously depending on the type of project that they're working on. This is what a basic Padlet looks like. So now I'll just go ahead and show you how to create your own. Go to padlet.com to get started. You can create an account with your Google login, and once you've logged in, you'll automatically be taken to your dashboard. As you can see on mine, there's some recent activity posted. I used Padlet at a conference that I presented at last week, so the activity that shows on there is what everyone posted from the conference. If you use this with your students, that's where their work will show up, other than on Padlet itself. The next tab is Padlet, and that's just going to show you all of the Padlets that you've created. An activity is just the activity that was shown on the dashboard tab. The attachments tab shows everything that you've ever posted to a Padlet as far as links and attachments, and you can sort those by just links or just files. And the settings tab is where you can change your account information. So let's go ahead and make our own Padlet by clicking on the pink plus sign in the top corner that says Make a Padlet. The first thing that comes up is this sidebar. So this is where you can change the title and the description. And all you have to do is click in each box and type in the information that you want. The layout option determines how your Padlet will look when your students post. So if you do freeform, that's going to leave the box that students put in wherever they put it. So that can get a little messy. I usually do grid. Grid puts the student responses into a grid from the newest post to the oldest, so it'll continually update as the students add on to it. And if you select stream, it will create a stream like you see on social media pages with the newest things at the top. The next thing that you can change on this menu is the wallpaper. You can either choose from the wallpapers that are already on Padlet, or you can upload your own by clicking Add Your Own at the top. Themes are only used on the paid plans, so I'll just go ahead and skip over those. The next thing on this menu is icons. The icons are the images that appear beside the title of your Padlet. So if you don't have anything here, there's just a blank. And these are optional, so you don't have to have an icon. And again, you can pick from the Padlet gallery, or you can upload your own. Now we're getting into more of the behind the scenes elements that you don't see on the Padlet. Under posting, you have 3 options, and depending on the layout that you use, you might only have 2 options. because the new post position will only show up on the grid. So if you do the stream or the freeform, you won't have this option. The first option is attribution, and if you select that, it's going to display the author's name above each post. So if you want your students to do this with attribution, you need to make them log on with their Google account from school, and that way their name will be attached to their posts. Otherwise, it will just say anonymous. It'll still let them post, but it'll just say anonymous. And then if you enable comments, they can go ahead and post onto other people's posts and make comments. Underneath that is tags. You only really need to use tags if you're going to make this a public Padlet that people can search for. So if I was making a Padlet about the French Revolution, I could put French Revolution as a tag or Napoleon as a tag. And the last option on this menu is address, so you can customize the link, and it'll always be padlet.com/your username/whatever you type in this box as the URL. To customize the settings even more, go ahead and click on the 3 dots in the top right corner, and we'll walk through each option. Get Help will just take you to the Help section. Like will mark this Padlet as one of your favorites so you can go back and find it later. Remake is basically copy. It creates a second copy of the Padlet that you can edit yourself. And you have the remake option on public Padlets when you're looking at them, so you can remake someone else's Padlet if they've enabled the option. Invite people can be used to add collaborators, just like we do on Google Docs, so you can have other people edit this Padlet with you. The Share tab has a few more options than the others. There are 2 tabs underneath Share. The first is People and Privacy, and this is the screen that you'll come to if you click on Add People on the option above this one. People and Privacy is how you determine who can access the Padlet. So your options are Private, which means only you and your contributors can access. Password Protected, which means that whoever accesses this will need a password, which is a good idea if you're doing something for class and you don't want it to be public. Secret is basically like link sharing. Anyone who has the link or the QR code can access the Padlet. And you can also do public, which means you can search for it on Google. And under the last 3 options, you have the option to choose what people can do to this Padlet. So can they just read the posts? Do you want them to be able to write on here but not edit other people's posts? And you can also select for them to moderate, which means they can delete other people's work. So typically I just go with can write. This screen is also where you can select to enable remake and moderation. And again, remake is basically that copy feature, so other people can copy this and work on it. And moderation will send you a notification every time someone tries to post on here, so you have to read it and approve it before it goes public, which might be a good idea if you're going to use it with your class. The second tab is the Share, Export, Embed tab. So this is how you'll get the Padlet out to your students. There's a QR code that you can print if you want to do it that way. Usually I just copy the link and you can just paste it right into Google Classroom. You can embed it on a blog if you want to use it for that, or you can send it in an email. You also have the option, once it's done, to save it as an image or a PDF. The export and print options were covered on the last screen, so I won't go over those again. And your other options are to enter full screen and to modify. So if you modify, it just takes you back to that menu that popped up when you first opened the Padlet with all your options for editing. The last 2 options are clear all posts and delete. So if you do clear all posts, it will get rid of everything your students have posted, and it will look just like this and be blank again. And the delete button will get rid of the whole Padlet. So that was Padlet. Again, it's a really easy tool that you can use to have students post their thoughts and ideas and really collaborate. If you have any questions or ideas, just let me know and I'll repost them onto our Google Classroom. Thank you guys for watching and have a great spring break.